Hey everyone, it's Naomi, and today I am going to finally share my July and August reads. So, reading wrap up for both July and August, and I only read one book in August, so this isn't going to be a huge video. I was going through a lot of health issues this summer, and all during August and like the last part of July, I lost all will to read. So it was really bad. I just didn't want to read anymore, which never happens to me. But I finally started reading again at the end of August, read one book. So let's get started. So way back, I think the beginning of July, I read Atlantis Rising by T.A. Barron. And I think I mentioned this in a previous video also. This is a long time ago. It's hard for me to even remember what exactly I was reading that long ago. But I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars, I believe. And it was enjoyable, but it just wasn't great. It follows a young character named Promi who is a street thief, and I'm always interested to read about thieves, actually, for some reason. Overall, some of the characters and plot just fell a little short for me, and the style of writing I just didn't really click with it. The author used a lot of exclamation points, which just really wasn't my style, even for a book that is geared towards young readers. I just really don't think that's necessary. But again, 3 out of 5 stars for Atlantis Rising. Next, I read the Canon Chronicles. So these 3 books here, starting with Frostfire, Ice Kissed, and Crystal Kingdom. And this follows a character named Bryn Avon, and they are the society that is kind of like, it's present day, which I wasn't expecting. I was thinking this was going to take place in a totally alternate fantasy world, but it actually takes place in like these little hidden realms within our current world as it is now. So her village is way up in Canada, so their society is hidden from regular society, like normal people that aren't related in any way to magic or this society that descends from trolls and Scandinavia. Then they can't see their villages, and there's some also hidden throughout the United States. I really enjoyed these books. In this one, we get introduced to Bryn, who is wanting to become she's been training all her young life to become part of the Royal Guard, and wants to move up in status there to protect her kingdom. And so she is really skilled in the art of fighting and has to go on these missions into the real world outside of the magical realm. And there's kind of an interesting love triangle that goes on between her and her boss, but she also kind of has feelings for one of the enemies. So it's really interesting. It wasn't your typical love triangle, but I really enjoyed the characters throughout and the character development, and also the depictions of these societies that are kind of hidden within regular society. I thought it was really creative, and it was a fun, quick summer read to read through all 3 of these, and I would love to see this made into a movie. I think it would be a fun summer movie too. So the second one, Ice Kissed, and I've shown these covers before in another video. I just think they're so pretty, and this one, she spends most of her time in this other village that is I forget what it's called, the Skohare people. I think I'm probably saying that wrong. It derives from the Swedish spelling. A lot of the main castle that they are at in this book, I don't want to reveal too much, but it's really cool. It's like half of it's underwater, so I won't say anything else. I don't want to spoil it. But then the third one, Crystal Kingdom, was just a really great wrap-up. I thought this was a great third book. A huge epic battle happens in the end. I don't want to say anything else because, again, I don't want to spoil it. But I really enjoyed these and gave them the whole series 4.5 out of 5 stars. And then during the end of July, I read Princess of Thorns, almost forgot the title there for a second, by Stacey J. And this I gave 5 out of 5 stars. This was probably my favorite book that I read in the month of July, and it is the story, or kind of a retelling, but instead of a retelling of like one of the main fairy tale characters, this is about Aurora, who is the daughter of Sleeping Beauty. And she is also skilled in the art of fighting, and there's a lot of turmoil going on in this magical realm, and there's a really interesting love story throughout this book. There are multiple point of views, so it switches back and forth between Aurora's point of view and Nicholas, who is her captor throughout most of the book. But see, she's actually dressing like a boy, so he thinks that he's captured her brother. And I really enjoyed the multiple point of views in this read. It was super enjoyable and fun, and a satisfying ending. I won't say anything else, but if you're interested in retellings, this is a really great one. Not your typical retelling, I don't think. And again, 5 out of 5 stars. So then, as I mentioned, in August, I just was not in the mode of reading. You know, typically I'll read like 4 to 5 books a month, but I just needed a break. I needed to focus on my health and really just I wasn't in the right mindset to like go through a bunch of books. But towards the end of August, I did pick up, of course, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, parts 1 and 2 of the play. And I came into this a little bit hesitant, but not having huge expectations, because I don't enjoy reading plays as much as I read novels, and I kind of wish this was written as a novel, but of course I was gonna read it because it's Harry Potter. I mean, I have to know what happens, right? And this takes place 19 years later. You've probably heard many other reviews of this by now on BookTube, but I gave this, I think, 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's Harry Potter, you know, it's about his children and the whole next generation at Hogwarts. And of course, it was enjoyable to return to Hogwarts and the whole magical world that J.K. Rowling created. I only gave it 4 out of 5 stars though, because I felt that it was almost a little too clean and not quite fleshed out enough for me. And again, it might be just because it was written in a different format. You know, it's meant to be acted out and seen as a play, not necessarily read like a novel. So I was wanting more from some of the characters, but I really enjoyed this and am happy that we got anything else after the main series to read. And I would love to see the play, but I'm nowhere near where it's being shown. But yes, so those are the books that I read in July and August. And I've recently started Red Rising, and this one, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet. I'll have to let you know in my next reading wrap-up. But after this, we'll see how this one ends. I might have to just continue the series. But if not, I have a couple of books waiting for me on my TBR. Like, I got a couple of books for my birthday that I'm really excited about, and I might have to read those first. So I got the 3rd book in the trilogy of the Remnant Chronicles, called The Beauty of Darkness, and this is a nice big book. I'm so excited to read this. I loved the first 2 and I can't wait to see what happens, and yeah, I'm just dying to get to this one. And then we have Empire of Storms, which is also a huge anticipated read for me. I'm really excited to get to this one also. This, of course, is from the Throne of Glass series, and this is book 5, I believe. I think there's going to be 6, I'm not quite sure. This is heavy. It's not like super thick, but it's heavy. The pages are pretty thin. I think it's 600 something pages, and I can't wait to see what happens with these characters. This is one of my favorite storylines lately over the last year that I've read, and just love Sarah J. Maas's writing. So really excited to get to those in the rest of September. I would love to know what you have read lately in the last month or 2 and what you're currently reading. Comment down below, and if you've read any of the books that I mentioned, then I would love to know your thoughts. Try not to do spoilers for people who haven't read them in the comments, but it would be really fun to discuss those. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.